Hey there, it's me again. Want to talk to you a little bit about the 2019 and 2020 states. So there's another handout there that which is a summary of our 2019 and 2020 states. And at the workshop, we introduced the state team leaders that are going to be present for each of those teams. Don't have them here in this room with me right now to introduce you to them, but I want to quick summarize those states and say a little bit about what makes each of them important and mention the leaders for each team. 2019, we're going to go to two places for Get Out the Vote. We're going to go to Virginia and we're going to go to North Carolina. In Virginia, all of the state legislators are up for re-election or election. That's the way they do it every odd year there. Their House and their Senate in the state are up for election. And right now the Republicans hold each of the Houses and the Senate, both of those chambers, by one seat. So this is really important for us, and there's a redistricting case that's gone all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, which shows that several districts were racially gerrymandered to the benefit of Republicans. And so that redistricting drawing that has occurred since then favors the Democrats. So the Democrats have a really good chance to gain control of those two houses. But we got to get out the vote. So we're going to be led by Maggie Rittenhouse, our state captain, and her number two person is going to be AJ Musewe. And they're going to lead our team to Virginia in September or October of this year with some great partner organizations. So if you're interested in them, please sign up for Virginia and start getting information about that. They're going to start meeting in the next month or so to kind of build a team for that. In every state, we're going to have two key people leading it. So for Virginia, it's Maggie and AJ. In North Carolina, we're going to go there for a special election. That's a congressional special election. This is a district that, number 9, Congressional District 9, that was won by the Republican in the fall, but it was illegally done so. They engaged in what's called electoral fraud, election fraud, where they took and tampered with ballots to benefit the Republican. The election was thrown out, and now we have a special election this fall. It's on September 10th. And the election was extremely close, and it's a traditional Republican district. So this would be a flip of a district if the Democrat were able to win. The Democrat for 2018 is running again. His name is Dan McCready, and he's a teacher, I think. And his opponent was just identified a week ago in the primary for the Republican Party. And it is a former state senator, Dan Bishop, who was the author and the person who introduced, wrote, and then drove the passage of a law you probably heard about a few years ago known as the bathroom law, where they made it a state law that people had to use the public restroom that matched the sex on their birth certificate. This was a deeply transphobic, trans-discriminatory law. It hurt the state tremendously economically, and eventually was repealed. Bishop is now the Republican nominee for the 9th Congressional District, trying to go to Congress on the strength of this law. So we have a really clear battle there in terms of who we're fighting against and what we're fighting for a just and inclusive democracy, very clearly in opposition to the values that Dan Bishop's put forward. So we need you to sign up for the 9th. Our captain there is going to be Jordan Goldwarg. He's a former head of a nonprofit here in town, Kids for Peace. And the number 2 is going to be Andy Reynolds, a very familiar face in Common Purpose for his leadership around a whole bunch of civil and voting rights issues over the years and his powerful presence in Common Purpose. So please sign up on our Fieldwork tab on our website for Virginia or for North Carolina. And the North Carolina team is going to be mobilizing very soon to go in late August with great leadership with Jordan and Andy. Those two teams will continue through 2020 as well. The work we do in 2019 will be valuable for 2020 as well. In fact, North Carolina folks, our partner orgs they're already talking with us about when we're going to come back in 2020 and do work voter registering and then getting out the vote.